Sometimes the best tennis players do not like the sport of tennis. On 1st August 1932, a dapper black and white portrait sketch of Henry Ellsworth Wines wearing his distinctive white driving cap donned the cover of Time magazine. The handsome Californian had a twinkle in his eye and a devilish grin peeking from the corners of his mouth. In many ways, it was art imitating life. The lanky, big hitting Vines was a risky shot maker, a gambler on the court, who pounded a flat forehand within inches of the line. His volleys were hit at acute angles, and once he connected on an overhead, they rarely, if ever, were returned. His serve was a potent weapon, booming, flat, and precise. In his 1979 autobiography, Jack Kramer bestowed extraordinary praise upon Vines, saying, "On his best days, Vines played the best tennis ever. Hell, when Ellie was on, you'd be lucky to get your racket on the ball once you served it." Vines went from a shy and obscure 17-year-old to becoming just the fourth athlete to grace the cover of a Wheaties cereal box in 1934, just behind fictional radio series character Jack Armstrong and baseball stars Lou Gehrig and Jimmy Fox. At the age of 19, Ellsworth Wines won the first of back-to-back titles at the U.S. National Men's Singles Championships, besting American George M. Lott in 4 sets in 1931 and a straight set thumping over Frenchman Henri Cochet in 1932, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. His 1932 Wimbledon Gentlemen's Singles title was a ho-hum 6-4, 6-2, 6-love victory over revered Englishman Bunny Austin. Vines' bid to repeat at Wimbledon was dashed the following year, losing to Australian Jack Crawford in 5 sets. Before embarking on a dazzling professional career, Vines won doubles titles at the Australian National Championships in 1933 and US National Championships in 1932 with fellow Californian Keith Gledhill, and also added a US National Mixed Doubles Championship with Elizabeth Ryan in 1933. Ellsworth Wines played 2 years for the United States in the Davis Cup competition, compiling an impressive 13 wins and 3 defeats record. Ellsworth Wines won the 1931 Newport Casino Invitation Tournament over Fred Perry, and he parlayed that victory at the US Nationals a month later with the championship over Lott. Vines then travelled west to win the Pacific Southwest Tournament in 5 arduous sets over Fred Perry, which no doubt prepped him for his Wimbledon victory over Austin in 1932. Vines debuted professionally in 1934 and took the circuit by storm. He won 5 titles: the Indoor Wembley Pro from 1934 to 1936, the Clay Court French Pro in 1935, and the Hard Court US Pro in 1939 over a soon-to-be rival Fred Perry, 2018, in the 4th set. In competition, he went 47 wins to 26 defeats against 7-time US singles champion Bill Tilden, whose skills were diminishing but was still a cunning player. In 1937 and 1938, the tour was ratcheted up a notch when Vines faced the 3-time Wimbledon champion Fred Perry, culminating in the January 6, 1939 match at Madison Square Garden before 17,630 fans, the largest crowd that had ever assembled for a tennis match at that time. Fred Perry prevailed, but Vines would win the compelling rivalry, one that was considered at that time the best head-to-head competition in tennis. In 1939, his last year of competition, Vines was narrowly defeated by another tennis demigod, Don Budge, who was coming off winning the calendar year Grand Slam in the previous season in 1938. Don Budge defeated Ellsworth Wines 21-18. Vines was the world's number 1 ranked player, or shared that ranking in 1932, 1935, 1936 and 1937. In 1940, at the age of only 28, Ellsworth Wines, apparently tired of tennis, he walked away from the game to pursue playing golf. In 1942, he turned professional in golf and won several minor tournaments, including the 1946 Massachusetts Open and the 1955 Utah Open. On the PGA Tour, he was runner-up at the 1946 All-American Open and reached the semi-finals of the 1951 PGA Championships at Oakmont, losing to Walter Berkemo on the 37th hole. He even played in the Masters with Bobby Jones. Imagine Roger Federer retiring from tennis and defeating Tiger Woods in golf.